Hello, everyone. Tony Capone Grimsley here. And this is my spiritual integration video blog. Now, I did take my notes, so it may seem as though I'm reading, but it is. Here's my reflections. Since I've been taking this course, I have learned more about the ways my personal and spiritual beliefs are related to my identity as a professional counselor. Among other things, I have been taught that ethical practice does not imply denying personal beliefs, but rather acknowledging them and taking care of them and making sure that they do not conflict with the welfare of the clients. The Harness Model by Mitchell and colleagues, 2023, made a big impact on my thinking. It made me realize that personal values can be ethically applied in the counseling practice instead of being oppressed. The ethical principle that has recently been in harmony with my personal and spiritual beliefs is autonomy, as defined in the ACA Code of Ethics, as helping to promote the right of a client to control the course of his or her own life. American Counseling Association, 2014. Before taking this course, I held to the assumption that I could frequently serve others by assisting them in making decisions which were in line with what I myself deemed to be healthy, moral, or good. Due to my spiritual perspective of the world, I occasionally consider counseling as assisting the clients to see what I thought should be the most appropriate path. Even though I still believe in those personal beliefs, I now have a clear picture of what ethical counseling entails, which is the need to respect the right to self-determination of the client through his or her decisions may not be in line, even though they may not be in line with my own personal beliefs. This harmony was created over time during the course, and particularly by analyzing the Harness model of Mitchell et al. 2023. What made the most impression on me were the following components: expanding meaning and seek alignment. Instead of emphasizing the dissimilarities between my beliefs and those of a client, the model helped me to find some shared values and mutual human aspirations. I also understood that client autonomy does not imply that I have to drop my spiritual beliefs. In its place, it demands an understanding of the fact that the clients are in charge of their own lives and that my role is to empower growth, exploration, and wellness instead of making decisions based on my own worldview. The difficulty of this process was the ability to accept that the clients can make decisions that I would not personally take. This was at first a source of tension, as I saw helping as telling people what I felt was right. The Harness model defied this premise by promoting self-reflection, value conflict awareness, and deliberate adherence to professional ethical commitments. I discovered that my spiritual values of respect, dignity, and compassion towards others can be reflected in helping people to be autonomous. This understanding enabled my own values and the moral standard of autonomy to shift to a higher level of harmony. Nevertheless, justice is one principle that does not fully agree with my personal and spiritual values, especially when it pertains to the employment of positive and fair working with people who have very different lifestyles, relations, or even belief systems. Unlike mine, justice, according to the ACA Code of Ethics, is treating people in an equitable way and promoting fairness and equality, ACA 2014. Although I am entirely in favor of treating all clients with dignity and respect, I do acknowledge that there are times when my personal beliefs cause tensions within me when it comes to some value-based issues. Even though I will not refuse to serve a client or deliberately discriminate against them, I understand that implicit assumptions or unease might have a certain impact on counseling unless addressed. As Mitchell et al. 2023 pointed out, ethical practice does not imply disregarding value conflicts, but acknowledging them. I have come to realize through this course that mere recognition of a conflict is not sufficient, but as a counselor, I must strive to achieve reconciliation and moral responsiveness. In the future, I will incorporate self-reflection, consultation, multicultural competency building, and supervision to keep dealing with this conflict. In particular, I will apply the harness model in case of value conflicts. I will initially determine my personal values as well as my professional ethical obligations. The next step will be to deliberately analyze those scenarios that cause discomfort and to investigate the assumptions underlying that discomfort. Lastly, I will find areas of convergence to enable me to put the best interests of the client first, and at the same time remain authentic to myself. This method is backed by research. Multicultural and social justice competence means that people must always be aware of themselves, analyze personal biases, and willingly work to deliver equitable services to people of different cultures. I will be able to keep building my capacity to effectively work with clients whose values do not match my own by using supervision, consultation, professional development, and reflective practice, all without contradiction to the ACA Code of Ethics. To sum it up, the course has made me realize that ethical counseling does not concern the removal of personal or spiritual beliefs. Rather, it concerns being aware of that belief, being able to see when the beliefs conflict, and to make client welfare the most important agenda. The harness model has given me a viable model of balancing personal and professional values. Although I have become more harmonized with the principle of autonomy, I still need to develop more in terms of understanding and practice of justice. I believe that by carefully reflecting, supervising, and developing professionally, I will provide ethical, respectful, and competent services to the clients. This is my reflection, my vlog. I have to cite ACA 2014, Mitchell, DNC, Martin, L.E. Ebersole, D.B. and Schaller, L.A. 2023, The Harness Model for Reconciling Values in the Counseling Relationship. And finally, RATS, M.J. Singh, A.A. Nassar McMillan, C.S. Miller, S.C. and McCullough, J.R. 2016, Multicultural Social Justice Counseling Competencies, Guidelines for the Counseling Profession. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to your feedback. Thank you again.